it, and it's 2 minutes and 11 seconds are left. But okay, it started now. And message to Farah Yusuf again. Her husband Yusuf is not. She's not answering. They're not saying anything. They've kept quiet. But here's what I said. Where is your husband, the fraudster? On Facebook Messenger. And I've even done a live stream on this. Need to get people to do more to help me against these Pakistanis who come here using YouTube. Okay, and another one came, Universal Yoga, telling me that, oh, he's just blunt, this and that. Now, we need to do some more on that, not forgive these people, and we have to take action against them. I've been trying to ban this person, this Mughal person, Pakistani Punjabi. He says he's in USA. I'm not sure how far he's telling the truth. They're really fraudsters, these Pakistanis. Pack of lies, full of lies, shameless, and all this. Now look what Yusuf said he's done long time ago. Now this time, I happened to say things properly a little bit, which I didn't previously. I just had abuse and all this. A little bit come to my senses sometimes. Say things properly, correctly. This zulm has to stop. On the spiritual level, what these psychic level, what they're doing, it's got to stop. Need to find, because I've been, trying to figure out how to stop these sham fraudsters. Where's your husband, Yusuf, meaning the fraudster? Her profile is Farah Yusuf on Facebook. Who sent him? Sharam nahi aati you. You don't feel any shame, two of you. You should be answerable. And your husband, did Sukaina Gokul send him? You people. Breaking people's houses and making your own. Because my father didn't have a financial so much to send them to London. I feel someone is more rich, wealthier, to send them to London. Breaking people's houses and making your own. Behind this, who is the enemy? Taking bribes and going to London. So these are the messages I've sent. I'm reading them out. I hope one day God's wrath comes on you and your children, greedy pigs. Now this is all in Urdu.
बेखैरत, शर्म नहीं आती है तुम लोगों को? दूसरों का घर बर्बाद करके ब्राइब्स लेके लंदन चले गए हो, मजे कर रहे हो. इनोसेंट लोगों के घर तुम लोग बर्बाद किया हो. किधर है यूसुफ ज़ैदी का फादर? फ्रॉडस्टर्स, इनोसेंट लोगों के घर बर्बाद किया हो. मेरे प्रिंसिपल के अगेंस्ट इस यूसुफ ज़ैदी ने. घटिया लोग, क्रिमिनल्स, बेशरम, बेगैरत पाकिस्तानी. किसने भेजा था तुम लोगों को? अब्बास गोखल की वाइफ रुकैया ने? बताओ. चुप हो, क्रिमिनल्स, बेशरम, बेहया, इनोसेंट लोगों के घर बर्बाद किए तुम लोगों ने. शर्म नहीं आती है कभी भी? क्रिमिनल्स, तुम लोगों को तो मैं जेल में बंद कर दी. ऐसी हालत कर दी मेरी यूसुफ ज़ैदी ने, पागल कर दिया है. प्रिंसिपल के अगेंस्ट दूसरों के लव्ड वंस को सेपरेट करके अपनी वाइफ को ठोका है. मजे किए हैं, तुम्हें ऑन किया है इसने। किसने भेजा था तुम? खैरत, तुम लोगों के बच्चे पागल हो जाएंगे। इंच, मैं भी कोई हूँ ऑप्रेस्ड, जो तुम लोगों ने किया है। लंड को संभाल नहीं सकते हो। यूसुफ ज़ैदी अपने लंड को संभाल नहीं सकता। ये चाहत थोड़ी होती है कि दूसरों के लव्ड वंस को सेपरेट करो, जुदा करो। ये और लंदन भाग जाओ अपनी वाइफ के बेखैरत। ये शादी तुम लोगों की इलेजिटिमेट है।
So the other thing is that her other cousin, older than Yusuf, said he was in love with her and they were going out and all this. Amazing thing is that I've tried to hold somehow that devil back who wants to abuse and all this and not say the right thing for the oppressed, properly. I've not been able to. Some things I've not said properly here, but it just comes close now maybe to saying it correctly. Bekhairat and all this, I don't think these are bad words. Somehow it's been a miracle after all the bad words I said here on YouTube live stream against the Pakistanis and all. I somehow got something here that I didn't say bad words, very bad words, like too much of them here. It's amazing.
Inch, मैं भी कोई हूँ oppressed, जो तुम लोगों ने किया है। What kind of people are you? कैसे बदबख्त हो तुम लोग, बेदर्द, हराम खौर के बच्चे, जालिम। शर्म करो, अब बंद करो अपना जुल्म दूसरों पे। इंच, मैं तो मुसलमान नहीं हूँ अभी, लेकिन अगर खुदा है, भगवान है या कोई भी है, तुम्हारे बच्चे ऐसे तड़पे हैं।
Yeah, I want to see this. If there is a God, if there is a God.
मोहब्बत थोड़ी होती है कि
Yeah, so the love that I had a meditation, contemplation that her first cousin, I think, found out that Yusuf, the other cousin, loves her, and that's her other cousin, Yusuf, that she's now married. I don't think it's a marriage, it's illegitimate. So the criminal that he has been, Yusuf Zaidi. So I was praying for him to get married to Farah. I didn't know at that time because he told me he's Fatima Zahra's son. He be Fatima Zahra's son. So I prayed for him that he get Farah, but I made a mistake. I think the other cousin, they were going out and all this. Yusuf Zaidi was saying to me, "Ke wo kya halat kar deta," what he used to do to Farah. But the thing is that I think it's 80% on the woman, female, if the person is not lecherous. And you're going out and you're allowing him, you're going out with him, on dates and all this. And you're allowing him, I think. And you're going to him, your lover. So you can't blame him entirely कि वो क्या हालत कर देता था इसकी, right? Not entirely his fault. But I also had a kind of a thing that when he realized that Yusuf, his other cousin, their other cousin loved Farah, like Yusuf said, he told me from childhood, like I was sitting on a table where the cake was and it was her birthday or his, and he saw Farah and he fell in love with her and he thought he's going to marry her later on. So when the cousin found out, the other cousin, they were going out. Farah and this other cousin were going out. I think he arranged something like he just had to call her and they could be doing things, right? But this time, I think when Yusuf said, he told me that he was in the gully walking up and down, right? Thinking. What was he really thinking? He just had to wake her up and say, let's go out, let's make out, right? This time, what he did was that he went and he touched her head and her hair while she was asleep in his house or in their, I think, aunts or someone, and he was there. He didn't have to molest her this way. So this was the same cousin Farah was in love with also and was going out with him. So this is what I'm saying in Urdu to her, that he sacrificed finding out. I got the insight that this guy found out that Yusuf loved her. So as he was contemplating in the gully, like he didn't have the nerves, like, you know, when you have to now badnaam, make yourself notorious. So what I gathered was her lover was her cousin, and this one he used to do things to her, but she would be going out with him, making out, right? But this time he went to molest her, but all he did was he didn't touch her anywhere, but on her forehead, where her hair, he kind of touched her, and she found out and she complained against him. And I think he was thinking, finding out that Yusuf said he loved her, so he made himself notorious, and that was his sacrifice. Although before they were making out and all this, how far I don't know, but this part where Yusuf Zaidi tells me that he molested her and she complained against him, and then he thought about it and he went, he's a lawyer. This other cousin is a lawyer. That Farah and him are going out, this other cousin. So he's a lawyer. Yusuf said he went in his chamber and punched him. He thought about it, like should he really get physical with him or not. He told me he contemplated. So the thing is that I don't know how far my insight about this is true, but I'm just talking about my insight on this. So this is in Urdu.
मुझे ये चाहिए, तुम्हारे पीछे कज़न को तुम्हारे दूसरे कज़न ने जो सैक्रिफाइस किया है वो कुछ होता है. I want to own Farah. This is not love.
Like owning Farah, like if I find out that I love someone, God forbid that never happened, thank God, and she loved someone else and my cousin loved her, I would walk away from that and be happy. I mean, that would explain things and console me that this person is not for me. And I wouldn't ever want her for me, right? So I think, but he sacrificed. He actually went out of his way to then molest her, kind of just her head, while she was sleeping in one of the rooms in her house, or yeah. So she went to visit them, and this is what he did later on, much later. So I'm telling her that this is not love. Yusuf said his love is not love. Like I would have. God is, God finds someone for you.
मोहब्बत थोड़ी होती है कि मुझे ये चाहिए, तुम्हारे पीछे कज़न को तुम्हारे दूसरे कज़न ने जो सैक्रिफाइस किया है वो कुछ होता है.
Sorry, my voice is like this because I'm angry and I don't want to loudly. And it's late, it's early morning. My neighbors were sleeping. So I tried to make my voice like this.
I want to own Farah. This is not love.
Love is not this.
अरे मोहब्बत तो वो होती है कि जिसके साथ ये है वो खुश रहे, जिससे मोहब्बत करे वो खुश रहे. अल्लाह बड़ा है, मुझे अपना मिल जाएगा. देखो तुम्हें कैसे अपने कज़न के साथ जुदा किया, दूसरे कज़न के साथ. उसने भी तुम्हें टेस्ट किया, बालों में हाथ रखे, तुम उधर जाओ. वो तुम्हारा कज़न सच्चा है जिसने एटलीस्ट अपना लन तो तुम्हारे कंठ में नहीं डाला.
Yeah, a little bit here I've lost it. I apologize for that. So I don't know. Maybe I used to say myself that I'll get married to the one I love. But when a situation like this happens, where I see that it's that the one I had loved doesn't really love me or has used me and all that, that's another thing. The thing is that thank God, I gracefully got out of that cousin thing because we have a different, like I don't like him anymore because he goes after beauty and all this, and I explained it to myself that sometimes a person wants rough and tough. I'm a sporty person now. I see myself, although cleanliness is there, but I don't want to make up myself all the time artificially, you know. So, and I saw that in love, when I loved my teacher purely, like when I separated from her, the things, places, and things I couldn't, this thing, couldn't stand. And I saw that I went to Urdu Bazaar in now the poverty-stricken areas. It was for me a poverty-stricken area now because that neurosis, that missing her. And I was so used, although I used to go to the cart soup we used to have from a cart seller. Like he used to have this cart and keep the Chinese soup there. But when I when I separated from her, I couldn't take it. Like the Urdu Bazaar books and all. So this. And so.
अरे मोहब्बत तो वो होती है कि जिसके साथ ये है वो खुश रहे, जिससे मोहब्बत करे वो खुश रहे.
So I think Allah
मुझे अपना मिल जाएगा. देखो तुम्हें कैसे अपने कज़न के साथ जुदा किया, दूसरे कज़न के साथ. उसने भी तुम्हें टेस्ट किया, बालों में हाथ रखे, तुम उधर जाओ. वो तुम्हारा कज़न सच्चा है जिसने एटलीस्ट अपना लन तो तुम्हारे कंठ में नहीं डाला. वो कज़न ने अपने आप को बदनाम कर दिया. वो था नहीं, मोलेस्टर था नहीं. यूसुफ, ज़ैदी, ये मोहब्बत थोड़ी है कि मुझे मिलेगी, मैं ऐसे शादी करूंगा. बचपन से मैं ऐसे चाहता था. अरे सच्ची मोहब्बत बचपन की भी वो नहीं होती, मिलने से वो खुश रहे. सैक्रिफाइस क्या होती है? अपने आप को बदनाम करना सीखना होता है.
सैक्रिफाइस सही होती है.
हमारे उस कज़न ने बेचारे ने अपने आप को बदनाम करके तुम्हारे बालों में हाथ, वरना उसको क्या कि वो गली में घूमे, सोचे. मुझसे पूछो, मुझसे सच्ची मोहब्बत क्या होती है और उसका क्या हकीकत था. ये फातिमा जहरा का बेटे से नहीं पूछो.
So you are such a low life, really. Because when Zaidi told me, I thought he was giving me a sign that the principal was bizarre, fed up of me, and I was calling if I would call her behind my back, like he used Farah, his cousin, saying that a younger girl than her, in their school or someone, she started to call her, and Farah was getting fed up. Yusuf Zaidi's now wife and cousin was getting fed up of her. Phone karti hai, bas, like I have to talk to her out of just politeness and all this, complaining behind her back. So that's really rude. Like you should be able to tell the person directly and not behind her back. You're talking to her on the phone very nicely and all this. So I thought Yusuf Zaidi was telling me that principle, like giving me a sign, indirect. He came to my house. I remember sitting there talking, telling me about this. So that's why I've called this person a lowlife. Coward. You don't do that. Good, decent person doesn't do that. That's why you deserved a lowlife like Yusuf.
Of that cousin of yours, the first one who loved you and sacrificed. Even Yusuf said went when he punched him, he didn't punch back. Or maybe he tried a little bit, just acting.
So I don't know. Yusuf Zaidi told me he thought all night about it after he molested his cousin. His cousin and Farah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't know. But I was thinking maybe, why would he be thinking when he could make out with her anyways? Why would he be thinking so much, like going up and down, walking in the gully before, like they saw him walking up and down in the gully? I don't know. That's weird. I mean, was her lover another person than this other cousin who used to make out with her? God knows.
तुम लोग क्या जानो सच्चा प्यार क्या होता है. Sacrifice दूसरे की खुशी देखता है, अपनी खुशी नहीं कि I want to own this person.
And Yusuf Zaidi told me that my principal was old and he didn't like old elderly women like that. He was trying to discourage me. So I was thinking one day his mother will become old. He's run away he's the eldest son and his mother's not well and he doesn't want to take care of her. Like the other two sons, Asif and Arif Zaidi. God knows where they are. He told me that they've joined the army, Pakistan army. And he ran away to London. So I don't know how far, I mean, they've got me now and I can't, so even a little bit maybe Zara Auntie's Devi or someone helping me to tell me that what now was coming to me in my contemplations about the other cousin was true. That he gave up Farah to give it so that she will complain and go to her other cousin. He sacrificed. He did. He did. Okay, I can't resist. I can't go against this.
यूसुफ ज़ैदी ने अगर मुझे कहा कि तुम्हारी जो हालत करता था तुम्हारा फर्स्ट लवर, तो टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, तुम भी उसके साथ वही करती थी। औरत के हाथ में होता है, समझे ना,
80%.
80%।
It's in the hands of the female. If the man is decent and you're going out, you're dating, you love them, you should take responsibility for it. If I've seen that in Karachi with my male friends, that the ones I wasn't romantically involved in, they would never touch me or anything. Okay, so it was platonic friendship.
यूसुफ ज़ैदी ने अगर मुझे कहा कि तुम्हारी जो हालत करता था, देखो ना, फातिमा ज़हरा ने जूस की लाइफ को बर्बाद कर दिया उसके बाप ने, जैसे तुमने और यूसुफ ज़ैदी। यूसुफ ज़ैदी ने मुझे प्रिंसिपल से जुदा कर दिया। उसका दिल मुझे कहता है बूढ़ी औरतें मुझे नहीं पसंद है, और मुझे कहता है कि फरा को एक लड़की कॉल करती थी।
Okay, I couldn't say this properly to her, but she knows. So a girl, I already said this, used to call her, and that Yusuf Zaidi told me this, and she used to politely, on her face, be nice, talking to her, but behind her back, she used to chugli against her that I'm fed up and this and that. She calls me, and I don't like it. Okay, so this and what? Let's see.
You are such a hypocrite. उसके पीछे चुगली खाती थी। फतक के पीछे ग्रीडी फातिमा ज़हरा, और तुम और तुम्हारा हस्बैंड यूसुफ ज़ैदी, illegitimate, it's not a marriage. London greedy pigs.
लंदन को जाने के लिए
सफिया के पीछे
Fadak, Safia, huh? So this is Fatima Zahra's son. I wouldn't be surprised. You see, in the Quran, there is that what they think they're doing good, but I don't think Yusuf said he was really doing any good. The way maybe he was, no, he wasn't. He was from the enemy.
तक जूस ने बेचारों ने दे दिया। फातिमा ज़हरा का हवस खत्म नहीं हुआ, उसको मिला नहीं। एक दिन उस अबू बकर ने उसे छीन लिया। और अगर यूसुफ ज़ैदी मेरे प्रिंसिपल के बारे में इशारे दे रहा था मुझे, तो वो बरी है और इंसान बोलता है कि चुगली खाए पीछे हम कुछ भी करे, रिस्पेक्ट करो।
Yeah, so this part was that the principal, whatever she was, my aunt, her late aunt, I mean, I realized that elderly woman whom I loved in college, and so there's a way not to make me hate her. And he agreed. I told her that I wanted to stay away from her, right? So please pray for me and all this. But I think he went out of his way. Like he did a very bad thing. It wasn't, I wanted to leave her gracefully for her own good or whatever. But it turned out that it wasn't turning out good. And the advice Yusuf Zaidi was giving me about not liking elderly women, he doesn't like, it's not in grace, in good grace to do that. He should have done it in a different way. Now I hardly have much, maybe not proper. Now my energy is leaving me. So this only in Urdu can be. I'm just playing the Urdu.
उफ तक नहीं करो, ऐसे सिखाते हैं, मेरी माँ ऐसे सिखाती थी मुझे, समझे? प्रिंसिपल कहाँ और तुम कहाँ? यूसुफ जैदी को कह दो, तुम लोग घटिया इंसान हो, बहुत घटिया हो, तुम लोगों ने दिल तोड़े हैं, जुदा किए हैं, और रिस्पेक्ट, प्रिंसिपल चाहे मुझे मार भी डाले, रिस्पेक्ट उसे करना चाहिए.
See, okay, I don't agree that a teacher can kill you, but what I'm trying to say is that when I take responsibility, I should take responsibility and be on that, and someone to remind me that look, true love, like Sri Ravi Shankarji says, doesn't even need a thanks. True love doesn't need anything, right? So this is the way. Like, okay, if a mother is beating up her child, we'd say, no, that's not right, right? But at that time, I would say, I take responsibility. Please don't say anything to my mother. Or, so it depends on the situation. I wouldn't agree to hitting the child, right? I don't agree to that, sparing the rod and spoiling the child. I feel loving ways, always take loving ways, not harsh criticism on the child even. But here I was much older when I joined St. Joseph's College, and I decided, it was my decision I took, that whatever the principal does or doesn't do, you are not to complain. I even told the principal that for until it's her convenience, when it's not convenient for her, she can tell me to go, leave her life, without even giving me a reason. So you need to know the background to this. So when I say that if she could have killed me because I told this to myself, also keep your desires in the back. You can't demand anything out of her. True love is like this and doesn't demand things. Doesn't even ask for a thank you. Because the pleasure of seeing the other person thrive, succeed, the one you love, not to own it, is true love. Not to own her as an item, possess her, is true love. And plus she was an elderly lady. I would, even as a daughter, I wouldn't want to be possessive about her. I give her the freedom to love another student. And I used to think, like, if there's another student, I would I would just a little bit, take myself away from that, because some other student loves her, and I want them to be happy. And I want that other student to enjoy the love for her, rather than her coming from, giving me attention. And I love to enjoy that, seeing them in a good relationship also, and her sharing her love with all the students. When she told me that she is fond of me, I was like, no, and then she realized why I was saying no, because there are other students, and she said, no, I'm fond of all my students, but she said, I'm extra fond of you.
Was such a hypocrite. उसके पीछे चोली खाती थी, फतह के पीछे. और अगर यूसुफ जैदी मेरे प्रिंसिपल के बारे में इशारे दे रहा था मुझे, डिस्टर्ब मुझे करना, मैं भी बेवकूफ उसकी बातों में आ गई, फातिमा जहरा का बेटा.
No, wait a little.
और अगर यूसुफ जैदी मेरे प्रिंसिपल के बारे में इशारे दे रहा था मुझे, तो वो बरी है. और इंसान बोलता है कि चुगली खाए पीछे हम कुछ भी करे, रिस्पेक्ट करो, उफ तक नहीं करो। ऐसे सिखाते हैं, मेरी माँ ऐसे सिखाती थी मुझे, समझे? प्रिंसिपल कहाँ और तुम कहाँ? यूसुफ जैदी को कह दो, तुम लोग घटिया इंसान हो, बहुत घटिया हो। तुम लोगों ने दिल तोड़े हैं, जुदा किए हैं। और रिस्पेक्ट, प्रिंसिपल चाहे मुझे मार भी डाले, रिस्पेक्ट उसे करना चाहिए। तुम तो अपने आप को क्या समझती हो कि चुगली खोर कर रही थी? वो मेरी प्रिंसिपल, समझे ना? वो जैसी है बरी है, उसे रिस्पेक्ट, मेरी ड्यूटी है रिस्पेक्ट करना उसे। मैं इसकी बातों में आके यूसुफ जैदी के लो लाइफ हो गई, गिर गई।
I lost the grace, and what I had told myself, someone should have reminded me all the time that no, you told yourself this, now you take responsibility for it. That even if your principal turns out to be someone who says, oh God, she calls me and I'm fed up of her and all this, indirectly they sent a messenger that I thought at that time, my mind went there, that the principal, it was hurting me. So I wish that she had told me directly this a long time ago. But then I was in the beginning thinking that so someone to remind me rather than this misguidance here. You see, no. You decided that the principal, whatever she may turn out to be an evil woman. Now don't crib and complain about it and go insane.
और अगर यूसुफ जैदी मेरे प्रिंसिपल के बारे में इशारे दे रहा था मुझे, तो वो बड़ी डिस्टर्ब मुझे करना। मैं भी बेवकूफ़ उसकी बातों में आ गई। फातिमा जहरा का बेटा, रियली मेरी मदर, मेरी आंटी मुझे कहती थी, जहरा जाओ, अगर वो घर पे इनवाइट नहीं किया है, कार्ड लेके नहीं आई है, उसके घर जाओ। ऐसा समझाती थी, ऐसा कि मैं डिस्टर्ब नहीं हो जाऊं, मैं उससे नफरत नहीं करने लगूं, मैं मैं अपने दिल को नहीं वो करूं।
उनको
ऐसे सिखाते हैं।
Yeah, so I took the response. I should have, like, not then, I needed some guidance. I used to forget or go against what I had decided. You see, when you love someone, then you have chosen to love this person. Yet still you don't know if that person loves you or not. So, but you chose to love that person unconditionally. Then that person can turn out to be evil or be fed up of you but not be able to tell you in front of your face. Okay, even then, like send a messenger. So sorry, Zara, tough luck, Don't sit and feel sorry for yourself and go mad, insane. So someone like that to give it to me, guide me in that way. Where, what did you choose? Ask me. Yusuf Zaidi's guidance was pathetic. You should have asked in the beginning, how did you choose to love Mrs. Munira Gulzar? Not why did you love Mrs. Munira Gulzar, as they were asking me on the internet with them. Oh God. So this pathetic guidance.
अरे मेरी आंटी, लेट आंटी गौहर है ना, मुझे ऐसे समझाती थी कि भले अगर प्रिंसिपल ने घर पे बुलाया कि कार्ड ले लो मेरे बेटे के वेडिंग का, तो जाओ उसके घर, ऐसे समझाते हैं कि नहीं जहरा, रिस्पेक्ट करो। ऐसे पागल तुम्हारे जैसे यूसुफ जैदी का सुनेंगे और उस पे जाएंगे तो पागल हो जाएंगे।
Yeah, so it's kind of like then you go into self-destruction and all this. So they made me go into lose my grace, go into self-destruction, things like that. Someone remind me. Yeah, we had a difficult because there was some enemy of mine and made me forget, and I would cry or something. But then I would, when I've come to get, the thing is a little bit like removed. Like I could feel, okay, I might be able to do some good has come now. I'm able to. So to wait for that moment, because there is definitely a witch after us. I can see what my plans were to thwart my plans, to be a good person even, to do good without wanting any thank you or anything, and without showing off for it. So like, they didn't have that kind of thing to guide properly. So they would, what the things they would say, it would make me more like, even Yusuf Zaidi's coming. Before that, I was like crazy on Desi chat, saying what principal had told me, you're khilji. And they didn't know. When Yusuf Zaidi came, like, take help from me, I can help you, I beg you, take help from me. So even if they were in a good intention, but they didn't know how to deal with this, me. In retrospect, I think that they should have done it in a better way, but no one knows you the way you know yourself, and you can only you can help yourself. You know what's right. Don't listen to other people on that. Listen to your own intuition. And maybe they say a little bit of help from a guru. Yeah, it's important. Because, other people, I'm Fatma Zahra's son, and this is all nonsense. I mean, they messed it up, the Shia Sayyids also have messed it up. Like Yusuf Zaidi thing. Like Yusuf Zaidi did, I really see that in retrospect. They made me more like, and his prayers backfired or something. They made me go insane. Like, I would hurt myself from the inside very badly, go into like self punishments, wanting to give myself a good hit, with a hanger. I became like that again. Like I would become like go into self-destruction when I was separated from Istisa. Yeah, so again, like the Shia prayers not working. Excuse me. These people, these Shia sayyids, didn't know. I'm Bibi Fatma Zahra's son, and he goes to London and leaves me in the lurch with someone else on the internet with his uncle Atiq Zaidi or someone.
अरे मेरी आंटी, लेट आंटी गौहर है ना,
Yeah, so
जैसे पागल मुझे कर दिया। अरे यहाँ ऐसे सिखाना चाहिए बच्चों को जो बड़ों को चाहते हैं, चाहे वो कुछ
बच्चों को जो बड़ों को चाहते हैं, if they love someone and they felt that they want to dedicate their life to this person they love, then it's their prerogative and unconditional. We should teach unconditional love. A little bit, even teachers and principals, and if they are willing to, like how. But my choice at 21, the age of 21 in St. Joseph's College, was to love my principal unconditionally. I had a friction. I didn't want to love her, but I was thinking maybe, that's it's not right, because then I get attached and all this, and I'm enjoying my freedom, that God is just a savior was standing by, and at that time, Baby Maria, my guide. I loved, adored her. I felt like her love was there for free, like Robert Schuller has written, God's love is there for free. You don't have to do anything for God's love. And it just melts away all the bad and all that. I felt this was a miss. Okay, I'm very tired now. There's a lot of messages here. And God didn't show me. So what's this Burma? I'm so Vishwananda.
तुम यूसुफ जैदी के पास नहीं जा सकोगी, ये सब बदबूदार. इंशाल्लाह.
Yeah, I'm getting a little revenge.
स्लीप में, स्लीप जब वेकअप होगा मुंह नहीं धो सकेगा अपना, ऐसा उसको पता चलेगा.
Yes, I feel that he shouldn't have separated me from the principal the way he did. And also when he's brought Sikandar Shah saying that there's a spirit attached to me, when they removed the body, the spirit, it was hurting my body excruciatingly. I've never felt this kind of pain in my life, sleeping while asleep. And they were coming that day. When in the morning I woke up, it was very painful. So Yusuf Zaidi, who brought Sikandar Shah, told me that he was trying to remove in the night time, they came in the evening. On 6th January year 2000 or 2001. And he told me that the spirit could attack me maximum three times. But it went on and on and on and on. In Dubai, I was like coming to Dubai, and I asked him. He said, no, it can be only 3 times. And he gave me water to drink, and they gave me something to eat to gather strength and all this, my problems, physical problem and all. But it didn't work. And so please be careful in Karachi, Pakistan, even if they are Shias. And I don't think, like a psychiatrist, like if you're, this was all negligently done and very, so maybe if, a bona fide spiritualist, and he can be answerable, like this, I didn't know where Sikandar Shah was when I asked him. It was too late, he went to London. And he wouldn't answer. They drop themselves on the, they try to, if they want to evade you, these Pakistanis, and then they use the, this thing that, our internet got cut. But many times, like when I used to ask them a question, they asked me so many questions. So when I used to ask them something they can't answer, the best Pakistani way is to evade the person, not answer back. Best Pakistani way. They know how to lie and evade and run away. Farar ho jate hain. Not be answerable for the case they have taken, not fully responsible for it. Very negligent, and it's not very well. Like, I think in India also, like the gurus should be answerable for the life they've taken, to help spiritually, and they should always be there for the person. apart from the charlatans and all that, like the guru should always be there with the disciple. As I've seen the real gurus, and in the Hinduism, instead of like running away and going to London and enjoying their life and wanting to get married, very unprofessional and irresponsible, destroying lives. Nothing. They got everything. I lost everything. Okay, thank you very much. But I still feel that I hope I haven't lost truth, God, true God, and all that. Thank you. I have to go now. I'm really tired.